using my Stamparatus, I am making my own DSP, and I'm just showing you the finishing touches of this page. You just stamp, and I'm using the brand new cling stamps. You just rotate. Rotate again. Rotate again. I just finished it off rotating that, and I've been scattering them. Basically, you place the stamps where you want them, rotate and rotate them, and you know, it's not perfect DSP. It's my version of what I'm trying to do, and I hope this works out. So I did the other side as well. There's actually, I did the 2 sheets of paper against each other so I can flip them over and go around and around and around. So that's how I was able to complete that. And I think I'll take this one off, and I'm going to I'll just try to get more little things in the middle here. And come down and come back up. Sorry, it's a close-up version. Let's see. And rotate it. Rotate it. And I only add ink when I feel like it needs it. I'm just trying to do the shadowing and see where this lands. What's shadowing? Shadowing. I think I ran out of ink. Yep, I'm pretty good. So I finished my own homemade DSP. You can do it however you want. But that's how I did it, using the Stamparatus. On to the next step. Alright, I already started adding layers to the base, and I'll keep doing that. It's my homemade DSP. Just put it on the side here. Try to line it up with the front. I suggest using Tombow glue so you can move it if you need to. Because sometimes when you cut paper with the paper trimmer or anything, sometimes it can be slightly off because your hand shifted when you were cutting it or whatever, and so sometimes not everything fits exactly right, so you have to have ways to move things about. Apparently I'm trying to bring in random junk that's on the side here. Alright, now that I got all these done, I need to add the borders. These border strips. And I'm just using Tombow glue. You can use mini glue dots. Just whatever you use, make sure it either dries transparent or is already transparent. I also didn't glue these on right, so just watch me glue incorrectly, so let me do that again because I'm not feeling smart right now. So these strips are too long because I cut them straight off of a 6x6 vellum pack, and I'm sorry to say that these are retired. These are from a stack that I got from Celebration two or 3 years ago, and I'm just trying to use up what I have. So I beg your pardon. That's my natural instinct to want to glue the strips before I put them down, but I'm having to fight it. And I'll cut off the excess after I glue them on. I'm getting all nervous for some reason. I went to the movies today. My brother took us to the movies and we saw Mary Poppins, and that was good. I recommend it. I do wish that I'd watched the first one before I went, just so I could have a little bit, you know, the movie magic with me, because I haven't watched Mary Poppins in a long time. But I have to say that by the end of it, I was sad to see Mary have to go off her merry way like she did in the last movie. The actress did a great job. Also, the movie made me want to watch Julia and Julie and what else was it? Oh yeah, Devil Wears Prada, because Meryl Streep is in it as well, and that's what I kept thinking of. She makes a cameo. So if it's not out in theaters by the time you see this video, I highly suggest renting it or buying it for your kiddos. But isn't this vellum a nice touch? And it's important that if you want the white stripes on the card, then when you use vellum, then you need to use a white card base to layer on. And I have extra of these because I initially thought I was going to do 18 cards, and then I realized I only needed 12. So let's just roll with it. Show you how I trim one off, and then I'll pause the video and show you the next step. So you turn it front side down and you cut it this way. It makes it easier to see, especially if you're like me and have shaky hands from one, either drinking a caffeinated soda, not my best choice, or just medications that cause it, like asthma inhalers cause shakiness. And there you have it. That's the closest cut I can get, and I'll continue on doing that. Next, I'm going to adhere this ribbon to the card. I highly suggest finding something comparable. I will put a link to another ribbon with a similar color in the description box below or on my website, stampingmama.com. So don't fret, but this is retired. I'm just trying to use up what I have because I have a lot of ribbon. I'm sure you can find something comparable in your stash as well. What you do is you glue onto the front and the seam. Lay it down and snip. Get some good scissors and snip, and then set aside. And just keep repeating that over and over again in an assembly line. Now what I'm going to do is open up each card and just put a little glue here. You can use mini glue dots if you want. I prefer doing this over cutting the ends just because my scissors are not all that straight, but if you want to cut off the excess for your card, by all means. If you want to wrap around and just tie a bow, go for it. We'll leave it open while it dries and just keep going along for all the 12 cards, and then I'll be right back. Alright, I am going to stamp the teacups onto 2.5 inch and 11-inch strips of Whisper White cardstock. I need 12 of them, so let's see how many I can fit on one. Oh goody. Let's try that again. Better. Using the Coastal Cabana marker, I'm just going to draw shadows. On the teacups. Start here. All the way around. bottom. Around the small circle. Around this circle edge. This circle edge. And this edge. You can probably use a lighter blue, but I chose this blue. And I'll just continue to color these. All 12 of them, and I'll be okay. On the magnetic platform, I'm a big shot, just lining up the T-framelit carefully. I'm gonna roll it through. I'm going to roll it through a couple more times, and then I'll be on to the next step. I'll be rolling the this through a couple more times to cut out the rest of the teacups, and then I'll be on to the next step. Okay, now it's time to assemble the teapots. Just put a little glue on the teapot. Then take 2 of the flowers, purple flowers, little ones, and add to it. Try not to cover up too much of the middle flower, but not too much of, not the entire top of the teapot, so you can't even see the handle. Not teapot, teacup. And keep repeating that. If you want to, you can go through and just do the middle flower and then do the little flowers. But I want it to all dry. In case you didn't know, or maybe I've said this already, these the teapot stamp set comes has a coordinating die set that you can get for free in the celebration catalog when you spend $100. The die set is valued at about $30, and when you spend $50 for like other stamp sets and stuff, those are typically valued about $15 or a little less. So it's a pretty good deal. Also, if you spend $300 on Stampin' Up! Product, not only could you get 6 $50 celebration items until March 31st, you can also get, you can, in place of that, either mix it up and have like $100 one to get 4 celebration things, or you can get 3 celebration, $100 celebration items. And on top of that, when you spend $300, you get what we call Stampin' rewards. You get additional $25 on top of the 14% that you'll get from the order. So you can get $60 worth of free product. So if you add up about the celebration items, you're getting 650 ones. That's about $90, and then you get the celebration, the Stampin' rewards, and the bonus Stampin' rewards only available to March 31st. You get almost who got on the thing? You get almost $200 worth of free product. And if you ask me, that's a good deal. So then you're getting $500 worth of product for only $300. I would highly recommend it. Oh, and if you're curious what free celebration items are available and you spend $50, I'll have a link to the catalog below. And I will also have the occasions catalog link below. And the occasion annual catalog link down below too. In case I didn't tell you, if you don't have any striped DSP, or you don't want to design your own purple DSP, Stampin' Up with Stampin' Up Celebration catalog, there's this butterfly DSP that you can get that has the striped DSP in it. That's similar to this, but it's a diagonal shape, and the Highland Heather DSP as well, so you don't have to do the extra step. I just wanted to show you that you can make your own DSP. You do whatever works for you. You know, I get a question a lot that I'm not sure if I've answered in the past. How do I have time to craft? Honestly, it comes down, because I have a toddler and 2 kids in school, it comes down to getting a babysitter. Either my husband watches the kids, or family members watch the kids, or when my husband's home, or when he's napping, when the toddler's napping, then I can craft. So I always try to find ways. This is my way to spend alone time. It's just, think about it as if you take the time to paint your toenails, or go get your hair colored or hair cut. You can take the time to craft, because crafting is great therapy. It's actually cheaper than therapy. So I highly recommend it. I also highly recommend, if you do have anxiety issues, please tell your doctor, but also meditate and craft. And you can make copies of what I make, or you can make something up on your own. It's all good. I mean, I took something like this and made it my own, and you could take what I did and make it your own. Change up the colors, change up the stamping. It's just a similar layout. Do what works for you. And for those of you out there that have young children, and I went through this as well, when you have a hard time, when you feel guilty for leaving your baby or your toddler because you went through trauma with them, whether it's having difficulty with breastfeeding issues or the child has been in, was it preemie and NICU or whatever the case is. I had a difficult time leaving my son to even craft just for myself or to show you guys anything. It was, the last 2 years have been really hard on me, and I finally, in the last couple months, I've been, realized that if I don't give myself at least a couple hours a week of alone time to craft or do what I need to do for myself, I'm not a good mother, if that makes sense. I can't be a good mother until I give myself alone time because I'm so stressed out. Then you take your stress out on your kids, or you're bottling it up, and then it's cause even more problems. So it's okay to a couple times a week just give yourself the alone time, whether it's crafting or exercising or meditating, reading a book, painting your nails. Just take that time to yourself. And know that you're not alone. I'm right here, and I know what it's like to have to deal with anxiety and depression. So if you have issues with attachment with your kiddos and or feeling guilty like you're not, then you ask for help. Find a kindred spirit to talk to you. Realize that you need that alone time. And I think that's all the teapots that I need. I might have overdone it with these flowers, but I have extras for something else. And then I think just the next step is adding dimensionals to, probably about 4 dimensionals to the back of each of these. And then I'll adhere them to the base. So let me get back to that. So I'm just going to peel off the backings and apply this to all my cards, and I'll come back to you because I'm going to have to do this over and over again. Okay, now that I've done that, I'm going to stamp the sentiment. And Heather, and this is a retired stamp. I'm just making a lot of birthday cards for teachers at my daughter's school. I'm just doing assembly line style. There we go. Straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up. Make sure your card's right side up. You have it. I have 12 birthday cards for my kids' teachers at their school. I hope you found this inspiring. And remember, all my product details are at my website, www.stampingmama.com. And don't forget to subscribe and like, and check out the catalog link down below. Until next time, happy crafting. Bye.